Has the echo of the gavel in Trump's trials reverberated through the polling booths? Let's delve into the onset of these legal battles. In the spotlight, we find the ongoing civil fraud case against former President Donald Trump and his business empire, the Trump Organization. This legal challenge was spearheaded by New York State Attorney General Letitia James, who alleges that Trump and his sons inflated or deflated the value of their properties to secure better deals on insurance, loans, and credit. A serious charge, with potential penalties for the Trump Organization reaching up to a hefty $250 million. Trump, ever the showman, didn't take these allegations lying down. During his testimony, he lashed out with accusations of his own, criticizing the trial and causing such a stir that the judge had to call on his legal team to rein him in. But Trump's voice wouldn't be silenced. He held a press conference outside the courthouse, labeling the trial a scam and accusing the court of fraud. The former president's legal team argued for his right to be heard, citing his political status as a former president and potential future presidential candidate. But the law is a harsh mistress, and the Trump Organization has already been found civilly liable for fraud. As the legal battles intensified, so did the political storm. The question remains, how did this storm affect the election? A party divided. Can the GOP weather the storm of Trump's trials? As the legal battles of former President Donald Trump unfold, the Republican Party finds itself in a state of flux. The trials have intensified divisions within the party, creating a rift between those who support Trump and those who wish to distance the party from his controversies. On one side, Trump's enduring presence and vocal influence invigorate a significant portion of the Republican base. Despite his legal troubles, these loyal supporters view the trials as an orchestrated attack against their leader, fueling their determination to rally behind the GOP. Trump's influence remains essential in Republican primaries and general elections, with his endorsement often seen as a golden ticket to victory. On the other side of the divide, there's a growing faction of moderate Republicans who are increasingly uncomfortable with Trump's legal entanglements. They worry that the party's association with Trump's controversies could tarnish the GOP's image and hinder its ability to appeal to a broader electorate. This group grapples with an existential question. Can the Republican Party thrive in the post-Trump era, or will it remain tethered to the former president's turbulent legacy? The GOP's struggle to reconcile these competing factions presents a unique challenge. The party must navigate the fine line between harnessing the power of Trump's base and expanding its reach to moderate voters. This balancing act has become a defining theme in numerous races, with candidates tailoring their stance on Trump to align with their constituents' sentiments. Yet amid these trials and tribulations, the Republican Party remains a formidable force in American politics. The recent gubernatorial elections in Kentucky and Mississippi, as well as the special elections throughout 2023, have shown that the GOP can still mobilize its base and achieve electoral success. The question remains, how will the party adapt and evolve in the face of Trump's trials? Will it continue to embrace the former president, or will it seek to redefine its identity and chart a new path forward? These are the questions that the GOP, its leaders, and its members must grapple with as they navigate the turbulent political landscape of 2023 and beyond. As Trump's shadow looms over the GOP, the party grapples with its identity, its beliefs, and its future. A nation polarized. Did Trump's trials fuel the fire of voter turnout and enthusiasm? Let's dive into how the legal battles involving former President Donald Trump influenced voter turnout and passion. In the political arena, the trials have become a double-edged sword, cutting through the American electorate and leaving a divided nation in its wake. On one side of the divide, we find Trump's ardent supporters. For them, the trials are seen not as a testament to wrongdoing, but as evidence of a conspiracy against the former president. This perception has ignited a sense of injustice and a call to action among his base. This fervor potentially translates into a high voter turnout among Trump's core supporters, who are motivated to rally behind candidates who echo Trump's sentiments and policies. On the other side of this divide, we find Trump's critics. These trials are viewed by them as confirmation of ethical and legal transgressions. This sentiment, coupled with a desire to distance the country from the controversies of the Trump era, could drive turnout among those motivated to vote against candidates associated with the former president. In essence, these trials have charged the political atmosphere, spurring Americans on both sides of the political spectrum to make their voices heard at the ballot box. The result? A nation ablaze with political enthusiasm and heightened voter turnout. Yet as we delve deeper into this heated political landscape, a crucial question arises. How did this enthusiasm translate into votes? Did the rallying cry of Trump's supporters echo louder in the ballot box, or did the voices of his critics carry the day? In the heat of the trials, voters found their voice, but whose voice echoed louder? A delicate dance on a political tightrope. How did Trump's trials sway the swing races? In this game of political chess, the impact of Trump's trials becomes a crucial factor in the battleground states. These swing races, where the balance of power teeters between the Democrats and Republicans, often hold the keys to the kingdom. Republican candidates found themselves in a tricky situation. On one hand, they had to embrace the populist policies that Trump championed, policies that continue to resonate with a significant portion of their voter base. On the other hand, they had to distance themselves from the controversies and legal troubles surrounding the former president to maintain appeal among the moderates and independents. Democrats, on the contrary, had the opportunity to capitalize on the public sentiment against Trump. They could use the trials as a tool to rally their base, emphasizing the ethical concerns raised by the allegations against the former president. This, however, was a double-edged sword. While it could motivate their core supporters, it could also alienate potential swing voters who might view this as an attempt to politicize the legal process. The recent elections provided a vivid illustration of this dynamic. For instance, in Kentucky, Governor Andy Beshear won re-election, defeating a Republican challenger with ties to Trump. In Virginia, despite Governor Glenn Youngkin's loss, the Democrats managed to win majorities in the House of Delegates and State Senate. These victories suggest that the trials may have tipped the scales in favor of the Democrats in certain swing races. Abortion rights, a contentious issue that has divided the American populace, also played a significant role. In Ohio, voters rejected a GOP-backed measure on abortion rights and passed Issue 1, enshrining abortion rights in the state constitution. In Virginia and Pennsylvania, Democrats had victories in races emphasizing abortion rights. These developments indicate that the trials, coupled with issues like abortion rights, could sway voters' decisions in swing races. As the swing states oscillated, the trials played their tune, but who danced to their rhythm? Looking beyond the horizon, what implications do Trump's trials have for the 2024 presidential race? As we ponder on this, we must consider the possible outcomes of Trump's legal challenges. The results of these trials could be the crucial deciding factor for his political future. If the legal consequences are significant, it could considerably weaken his political standing. A conviction or hefty penalty could tarnish his reputation and raise questions about his ethical conduct, possibly leading to a loss of support among moderate Republicans and independent voters. This scenario could potentially open the door for other Republican contenders, shifting the dynamics within the party. On the flip side, if Trump successfully navigates his legal challenges, it could solidify his position as the GOP frontrunner. Overcoming these hurdles could be perceived as a victory against the establishment, fueling his narrative of being a political outsider fighting against a rigged system. This could invigorate his core base, reinforcing their loyalty and support. In either scenario, the shadow of Trump's trials will undoubtedly hang over the 2024 presidential race. Whether he is a candidate or not, his influence on the Republican Party and the American political landscape remains significant. His trials have deeply polarized the electorate, creating a division that will likely continue to shape political discourse and voter behavior. It's also worth noting that the 2024 race won't be solely about Trump. Other issues like abortion rights, as seen in the recent elections, will play a significant role. Candidates will need to address these pressing topics and navigate the political landscape shaped by Trump's trials. As the dust of the trials settles, the path to 2024 becomes clearer. But who will walk this path? It's a question that will remain at the forefront as we move closer to the next presidential election. The influence of Trump's trials on this journey will undoubtedly be significant. A storm of trials, a nation divided, and an election swayed. Let's revisit the key points. Trump's legal battles have been a significant factor in shaping the political landscape. His enduring presence continues to divide the Republican Party, with his base remaining loyal, while his legal troubles alienate moderate Republicans. These trials have polarized American voters, fueling a sense of injustice among Trump's supporters and driving turnout among his critics. The influence of these trials is particularly pronounced in swing races, where candidates must navigate their connection to the former president carefully. The media coverage of Trump's legal entanglements poses a challenge for candidates to convey their messages effectively. And lastly, the outcomes of these trials have far-reaching implications for the 2024 presidential race. They could determine whether Trump is a viable candidate once again, or open the door for other Republican contenders. The trials of Trump have left an indelible mark on the political landscape. As we step forward, we carry the lessons of the past and the uncertainties of the future.